There's been an agreement between Manchester United and Adrian Rabiot's agent, who happens to be his mother, and that is Veronique Rabiot. And things have definitely gone on quite well. And we can tell you, Adrian Rapier is in the news one more time, and his link to Manchester United is making rounds. Not forgetting that he was heavily linked to the club in the summer transfer window of last year, and right about now, it's 360 and we are back in the summer transfer window, and he is being linked to the club Manchester United and heavily linked to the club Manchester United as we are heading into the summer transfer window. Definitely some of the clubs have already been actually got to talk to agents of football players. Some of them have agreed personal terms with football players, but it's not yet even started. It's just heading there. Just a few hours, a few days from now, it will definitely be open. We'll remember that the 10th of June is when this transfer window, the summer transfer window, will definitely open. But clubs are very serious already, because already football has come to a standstill. Football is done. Premier League football is done, and now clubs are looking at which football player they can definitely sign. Hello everyone, and thank you for being part of the United chapter, and make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related. Right about here at the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as we talk sports and as we talk Manchester United related stuff. Right about here, we are in the transfer windows, and we're definitely going to be talking about transfers, who's going where, who's remaining at the club, who should go, and also analyzing why is this football player remaining at the club and yet he's supposed to be leaving. Anyway, all these you definitely always will find it right about here at the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as we definitely talk sports, we talk different stuff right about here, as long as it is Manchester United. And right about now, let's head into Adrian Rabiot's Manchester United transfer. So, as I told you before, last summer was a bit, I don't know, I can call it, but last summer was a bit busy with Manchester United transfers. Manchester United was heavily linked to Adrian Rabiot, and for some reason I thought, Adrian Rabiot is going to end up at Manchester United. I thought possibly it would definitely happen, but because of the wages, there were two basic things. There are two big things that Adrian Rabiot did not agree with Manchester United, and it wasn't about even Adrian Rabiot, it was about his mother. It's ridiculous, but that's how it is. Saying, your mother didn't allow you, that sounds a little bit tricky, but his mother also happens to be his agent, and goes by the names Veronique Rabiot. So his mother definitely had to say, the wages you're offering to my client is definitely very, very low. I'm not willing for that. Instead, let him remain at Juventus. And also Manchester United, leaving that alone, Manchester United had not qualified for Champions League football, and that was a big reason, and that's a very big reason still why he's looking at leaving Juventus, because Juventus, after the deduction of the 10 points, Juventus did not qualify for Champions League football. The fact that it was 15 points that were supposed to be deducted, it would definitely have gone way down. But after an appeal, Manchester United is now looking at making sure that they can get Adrian Rabiot. After they appealed, Juventus appealed, and they got to 10 points. They got a 10-point deduction. But now Manchester United is looking at that 10-point deduction as something positive, because Adrian Rabiot is now he wants Champions League football, and United is getting Champions League football. So I definitely think that it's going to be a little bit tricky for Juventus, as Juventus in a very bad situation now. They've got quite a lot of hard work to convince Adrian Rabiot to stay at to stay at Juventus. Very, very hard work. But Manchester United is willing to do anything, give him a very good wage. And the fact that Sebza at Manchester United is worth around £20 million. And as we talk, Manchester United is looking at a classic, a very, very good midfielder, world class, very talented midfielder, Adrian Rapier, who costs nothing. I mean, he's a free agent, so it's a cheaper option. Manchester United would rather buy Adrian Rapier, whose own form is definitely had a very good season, despite the problems that Juventus has had over the time in last season. Over the last season, Adrian Rabiot can be singled out as a football player who definitely played very well and very brilliantly. So I think it's quite good. I think it's very, very nice for Manchester United to go and definitely have this gentleman go and make things right with this gentleman and make sure that they can have him. Veronique Rabiot can definitely be settled, and because United should be in a better position because they will be getting him at a free transfer. He will be a free agent, and that means it will cost him Adrian Rabiot will cost Manchester United no money at all, just wages, which the wages should be Manchester United should be capable of giving him a decent wage. So I think it's gonna be a very brilliant move. I think it's gonna be a very wonderful move for the club Manchester United if United go on and sign Adrian Rabiot, as he's been heavily linked to the club Manchester United, and he was last week that's when still he emerged to be heavily linked, and we are in yet another weekend he's still in the news. And Manchester United's midfield is definitely one to look at, and if he is added in there, I mean, Manchester United has had a quite good midfielders over time, but last season having Bruno Fernandes, Scott McTominay, Fred, Marcel Sebza, Facundo Pelistria, Donny van der Beek, Casemiro, Kobe Maino, and also Zidane Iqbal, plus Christian Eriksen. Those midfielders did a great job for the club Manchester United, and now reinforcement is something that Eric Ten Hag is looking at. Eric Ten Hag is looking at a reinforcement, making sure he can make the club even much more better than it already is. It will be remembered that the director of football negotiations at Manchester United, Mr. Matt Hargreaves, also definitely has gone into contact with Veronique Rabiot about this transfer, to make sure that this transfer goes on quite well or as planned, so that Manchester United can get a better better choice, because United has Marcel Sebza, who is already at the club. He's on loan from Bayern Munich, isn't it? Now, looking at him playing for Manchester United at long term, that will definitely mean United has to pay £20 million for Marcel Sebza to remain at Manchester United. And looking at which form he's been out, towards the end of the season, I must say his form wasn't the worst. When he's been given an opportunity to play, Marcel Sebza has played quite well. He's always played quite well. Very many fans are not very happy about him remaining at the club Manchester United. For some reason, very many fans think Marcel Sebza should leave the club. But I might say, I would like to think that he would still perform. He just needs a bit of more time, Marcel Sebza. So, putting in consideration that Marcel Sebza is going to cost the club £20 million. That £20 million can be used to buy another football player, good football player, better football player. And putting in consideration Marcel Sebza comparing Marcel Sebza to Adrian Rabiot. I mean, Marcel Sebza is way class. He's a very good football player, but Adrian Rabiot is also another another good football player, very wonderful. But even though both of them are good, whom would you definitely go with? Go into the comment section and let me know. Between Marcel Sabitzer and Adrian Rapier, whom would you go for as a Manchester United fan? I think me personally, I would settle for Adrian Rabiot. Adrian Rabiot has impressed over the time. He's definitely shown over the time that he is a very good midfielder. The fact that he's already scored more than 10 goals in a season that was not quite good for the club Juventus, but he managed to score 10 plus goals. As a midfielder, that is definitely okay. You don't expect him to score 20 goals. He's not a striker, he's just a midfielder, central midfielder. So the fact that he can do that, he can play the central midfield, attacking midfield, he'll try. He'll also do defending midfield. Definitely, that shows you how versatile a football player he is. So I think it's going to be a very good one, a very good move for the club Manchester United if they go on and sign Marcel Sabitzer. So Darren Fletcher, who happens to be the current technical director of the club Manchester United, also has said a few things about Rabiot and thinks that Rabiot is going to be a very good signing. If at all, Manchester United comes to terms of signing him, because he's regarded as a potential signing. As every other day that clocks on, very many football fans keep waiting to see where has this transfer gone, where is it heading to, is it going to happen, or it's just yet another rumor. But we've got quite big hopes that Marcel Sabitzer could be leaving the club and Adrian Rapier is going to be joining the club. So let's wait and see how all this will go. But I'm very positive, and I'll go for a few questions about a few questions today. I'll go for a few questions and see. Or somebody's asking me how tall is Adrian Rabiot. Adrian Rabiot is 1.88 meters. Then how many goals does Adrian Rabiot have? That's for his I don't know which club you want. Adrian Rabiot. I'll give you more statistics about Adrian Rabiot. Full statistics, just give me a minute. Anyway, is Adrian Rabiot French? Adrian Rabiot is a French professional football player, plays as a central midfielder for France national team and Serie A club Juventus. I think I've answered that. Then what age is Adrian Rabiot? I told you again, he's 28 years, and 28 years, I mean, you can sign him for more 3 years, productive years, 3 until he's 31. You can play even up to 35, but 3 is okay. And for midfielders, I mean, for midfielder, don't expect, because they run quite a lot, they do a lot of work. But again, when you see sometimes age, when you see Casemiro, age is getting up on him, but he's still very, very good. So sometimes it doesn't count, does it? So somebody's asking me what school did Rabiot go to? He went to St. James's Catholic High School, and that is in Chiado, where they replaced, where they were placed by the club, where they were placed by the club, the Frenchman. Anyway, he went there with his brother. And I can see still what is the meaning of Rabiot. I don't think I'll be answering that. I need to go to the dictionary. Sorry. So how good is Adrian Rabiot? Somebody's asking me, how good is Adrian Rabiot? So he's a versatile midfielder who can ably contribute playing as a number 8 or as a number 6. Also, dipping into his statistics from this season, the Frenchman had a pass accuracy of 93.1% in the league, and that's quite great. A character which is very important to the philosophy of Barcelona. So having 93.1% definitely for pass accuracy, that's quite great. That's very, very wonderful. How good is Rabiot? I think I've answered that. Okay. What type of player is Adrian Rabiot? What type of player is Adrian Rabiot? He's a combative player. He's a combative player who boosts excellency. He boosts excellency and diverse qualities. Also, yeah, he was snapped by the Bianchori in order to strengthen the midfield. He's a very good one, very wonderful one. Somebody who's been asking for statistics of Adrian Rapier. I'll go a little bit into statistics. You remember he's played for Paris Saint-Germain too. He's played for France under 11, under 21. He's played for PSG, the big team. He's played for France, the national team, and he's also played for Juventus. And he's definitely managed to score a number of goals over time. And when you see his appearances, the fact that his appearances are always ridiculous, he always plays almost all games in a season. And there's no club that is going to give you that amount of football if you're not performing that all. That shows it all. That definitely shows it all. How tall is Sobedeskin? How tall is Adrian Rapier? He's 1.88 meters, weight 72 kilograms. Then current team as a toy is Juventus, and also plays for the France national team. So that's all I've got to give you about Adrian Rabiot, but expect more to be coming in, and I'll bring it to you straight as it comes in. Just all you need to do is simple: subscribe, ring that notification bell, so that you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United Chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as I tell you thank you and goodbye for now.